Don't fall down now. Next week or 2 weeks from now, you can't do this. So it's got to be something like that. And all I can do is stick pins. So it's got to be something obvious that you can figure out where you can't touch it, because you're not going to be touching that thing with your hands. So I can see tons of things right there. Let's just use this side. If I was taking the test, the first thing I would do when I come up to the heart is I would distinguish left and right side. And I definitely know this is left and this is right, because look at the thickness there. So the left ventricle has it has a septum, and it has a huge wall, and the right ventricle has the septum, but it has a little tiny wall. So I've already got it down, right? So I know where everything is because I know left and right. I don't have to pick it up and try to figure out left and right. Even if this side's there, right? It doesn't matter. Left, left, right. Everybody see what I'm doing? That's the most important thing to be able to do. So let's go back to our side. So if I've got it pinned open like that, I can ask these two questions right away. Name the chamber the pointer is in. Answer the question. Left ventricle. Name the chamber the pointer is in. Right ventricle. Some people look for the moderator band, which just has a good one. That band right there. And they know that's right, but sometimes it's busted. I wouldn't do that. I'd just look for the thickness. It's a lot easier. All right. If I know this is the left ventricle, which you just said, then what is this? That's the left atrium. And probably most of it's on the other side. And there's the whole chamber right there. Most of it. A little bit left over right there. They chopped it right at the edge. So if that is the left atrium, and this is the right ventricle, what's this chamber? Right atrium. And the other side of it is right there. So most of it is on this side. This one has more of the atrium. Everybody agree? That's easy stuff. Okay. This one's fine. Now, you told me these were atria. An atria. So what are those ridges? I can ask that. I can say, name the ridges of muscle at the tip of the pointer. You know that's an atria. It's got to be pectinate muscles. I can ask you this. Name these ridges of muscle at the tip of the pointer. Trabeculae carni. It's a ventricle, so it has to be. So we've already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions with it just laying here like this. We're just getting started good. Name the structure the pin is passing under. Chordae tendineae. Remember I told you those things were tough and you couldn't break them? This is just prove I'm not a liar. Watch how much pressure I'm going to put on this. Look, it's bending whose pointer am I tearing up? UTB's?
Yes.
It don't matter then. It's not yours. Look, I can break it. It's not even starting to break. That is I need that to tie my boat, right? Look at the strength of that little thing. I spin on myself. I got so excited. Oh, crap. I just can't believe that it's that strong, that thin of a thing. It amazes me. So these are chordae tendineae. If those are chordae tendineae, name the muscle the pointer's in. Papillaris. So now we got 8 questions and haven't touched it. Just pointing here. All right? You told me this was left ventricle. And this is left atria, right? So what does that valve have to be? Bicuspid. If I have a pointer right through it, name the valve the pointer is stuck in. Bicuspid valve. There's one flap of it. Here's the other. So the whole valve is almost over here. Here's the left over the other flap. But you got most of it on this side. That's perfect. And look how... It ain't going to tear. That's some wicked stuff. You make a shirt of that? It ain't going to tear. All right. If this is the right ventricle, and that's the right atria, what valve is that? Tricuspid valve. Notice it looks the same, and you got most of it over here. Here's the other. Oh, it's way up in there. You didn't even get it. It's okay. We can get it. Well, we got enough over here. We're good. You don't have to go looking around. Just remember, you can't touch it. Oh, there's a good papillary muscle hanging by itself there. See the cords all attached to it? The whole flap of that valve, all the cords are attached to that muscle. That's a perfect little tricuspid flap. This guy didn't have a murmur. That's pretty. This valve here is very pretty. If you had tension there, you can see it stretches out. All right, now, the vessels get a little more difficult. We know this is the left ventricle, correct? So when the left ventricle is pumping, where's the blood going?
To the aorta.
To the what? Left ventricle.
Aorta.
To the aorta. So this vessel up here must be the aorta. Well, it's gone, so let's go to the other one. Here's the left ventricle pumping.
It's honored?
Yes.
Now you chopped it all up. This is aorta. It just got hacked. See how thick that is? Look at that's got to be an artery, right? And this would have went up through here like this, and they just cut it, so it would have went right through that hole right there. That's aorta. You agree? Here's the other side of it, right over here. Left ventricle going up. That's the other side of the aorta. All right, there's got to be a valve there, doesn't there? And I already see it. See that flap? Looks like a moon. What valve is that?
Semilunar.
Which one?
Aortic.
Aortic semilunar valve. Here's the other flap of it. And we're missing one. It's on the other side. Can you see how when blood tries to come back down, it's going to fill that little cup up, and that's going to stop the blood. And that's what makes the lub, the noise when you hear the stethoscope. The lub of the lub dub is that closing of that valve right there. Okay? Here's the other side of it right there. This is all aorta. You agree? All right. Right-hand side. This is pumping. Where's it going to go?
To the pulmonary. To the lungs.
And that must be the front of the heart. There's the front of the heart, right? That's what would be in my chest, right there. Something fell? You saw something, right? Yeah. That's just getting really old. Fine. Okay. There's the pulmonary artery, the pulmonary trunk. And it's going to branch left and right. Now, you can't do this on the test. You can't be sticking your finger through the thing. Okay. What else have we left off? To find, there's a valve through here, isn't there? There's a valve that's got to be between that and that. You agree?
Yes.
So what valve am I going looking for right now?
Pulmonary semilunar.
Well, you're good. That's what I'm looking for. And there it is. Oh, that's a good one. Look at that flat right there. There's the pulmonary. See how it opens up, and that's gonna fill up with blood and close that valve off, so the blood can't go back down where it came from. What are they? What are all these ridges? All these ridges. All these ridges. Tripically-corneal. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to ask you in the test. I'm not going to go looking for coronary arteries and ask you have the whole heart like this and say, what is that? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut it open. Have you name things like chambers, cords, tripically-corneal. I can do the aortic valve because it's up in the front without touching it. That's what you should be finding on your heart today. Good? Don't do this to my probes.